And you are also going to need somewhere to store your website files, your web hosting. HostGator is where I use to host most of my websites online. I do use and recommend one other web hosting company, but HostGator is the place where I host most of my websites. They are a very big company. I'm sure you've probably heard of them and seen their advertisements online. But I've had very good success with these guys. I have been using them for over 8 years now. And I have used other web hosting companies, and I have dealt with probably at least a dozen, probably more than that, other web hosting companies doing clients' websites and marketing online. So, and these guys, I can truthfully say, have been the best experience for me overall. Very good support, US based, very knowledgeable guys. I use their support fairly often. About the only negative thing I could think of to say about HostGator is that if you call their support during peak business times, you might have to wait 10, 15, 20 minutes. But that's not always the case, because I called these guys today, as a matter of fact, and I had to wait like 1 minute. So they do have several different choices for you. Their basic shared hosting, their cloud hosting, their WordPress hosting, and they do claim their cloud and WordPress hosting is faster than their basic shared hosting. And I have used it once with a client's website, and it was indeed faster, but there are ways that you can do, things you can do to optimize your basic shared hosting, your website, that will make your website just as fast using basic shared hosting. In fact, I'll put a video link down below the video in the video description that you can check out. I myself have the reseller account because I host clients' websites on my reseller account, but for most people, the basic shared hosting is what I recommend. So let's go ahead and click on Get Started Now, and we'll go through the process real quick. They have 3 basic plans for shared hosting. The hatchling or the baby is what I recommend for most people. The business plan, of course, you can check it out if you want. Hatchling plan, if you're pretty sure you're only going to have a single domain, get that because it'll be cheaper. If you're pretty sure you're going to have more than one domain, get the baby plan. Go ahead and click on Sign Up Now. You can always change your plan when you go through the sign up process if you just change your mind. Here's where you can buy a domain at HostGator, or I already own this domain, and put in the domain you've already purchased yourself. Now, if you do want to buy a domain at HostGator, I do have a coupon code, discount code, MikeSave60, that'll allow you to get a .com for about $5 the first year. If you want to do that, we'll just paste in mikeswp.com, and I believe that is available. It'll tell you if it's available or not. There we go. And they'll come up with some other choices for you to consider. If you want to buy more domains, go hog wild with buying domains. We'll just scroll down here. We have the hatchling plan selected right now, which is a single domain. And we have 36 months selected. I'm going to change that to 12 months. Of course, the longer period of time you buy, the bigger discount you get. Enter in a username, security PIN, enter in all your billing info, and you can use either a credit card or PayPal if you want. Make sure you put in a good email, because they will send all your account info to your email that you put in there. They're going to try to sell you some additional services. I'm just going to uncheck them myself. And right here they have a coupon code which gives you a little bit of a discount. They say I'm going to put in one of my own coupon codes, MikeSave60. Here it is right here. Here's a couple other discount codes you can use too. MikeSave30 if you're buying 3 or 6 months, use that one. MikeSave60, I'm not sure how long this one will be good, but it will give you your biggest discount if you buy a year or more of hosting. And if you want to go the monthly route, MikeSave10 will allow you to get the first month for 1 penny. Now, of course, I do get a commission from HostGator if you use one of my discount codes or my affiliate link. But if you are getting value from my video or videos, and you are going to buy hosting at HostGator, I sure would appreciate it if you use one of my codes. So if you do, thanks in advance. Close this out. I'll click on Validate here to make sure we've done that. And it looks like they tried to add something on here again. Let's uncheck the site lock again. There we go. They're a company. They're trying to sell you stuff. So using this code right here, you can get the first year of your hosting for about $65. So once you've made your choice on how long a term of hosting you're going to buy and put in a coupon code, hopefully my coupon code, wink wink, and validated it, made all your decisions and choices, checked everything out here to make sure you're buying what you want to. Then, of course, you'll just have to finalize the transaction. You'll just have to put a check in this box that you agree to HostGator's terms of service, and click Check Out Now and go through the purchase process. So once you've purchased your hosting at HostGator, whatever that is, they're going to send you an email which should look something similar to this. And here's all your pertinent account info. And what I like to do is just highlight all this stuff, then right click and copy it and paste it into a text file where I can have it handy. Now, if you did buy your domain at HostGator, you're not going to have to do anything else. You can just click on this your control panel link and it'll open up your cPanel login screen right here. And of course, you'll just paste in your username and your password they generated for you and log in. Now, if you did buy your domain separately from your web hosting, you'll have to connect them together via what are called the name servers right here, first name server and second name server. Very simple process. I do have a couple videos showing you how to do it at Namecheap and GoDaddy. You can do a search online or even call your domain registrar where you bought your domain and ask them to do it for you. So you might have to wait an hour or so before you can use your username right here and your password and paste them into your control panel login screen right here and click login. And of course, like I said, if you did purchase your domain at HostGator, you'll be able to log in right away. Once you're able to log in, you'll be taken to your cPanel screen. Now this is the new style of cPanel that HostGator is transitioning to. Most generally, you're going to see a screen that looks like this, but you might see something that looks like the old style, which of course I can't show you right here, but it's going to have the same information on it. And what we are going to do is actually skip all this stuff right here and scroll down until we see software, and then we're going to click on quick install to install WordPress. And once you're on the quick install screen, just click on WordPress. And then we'll just simply click on Install WordPress, this button right here. And this is where you choose where you're going to install WordPress at. You might just see your main domain right here. I'm going to use a subdomain. And right here where it says install path here, don't put anything in there unless you actually know what you're doing. Then choose a good admin email. Choose a blog title. I'm just going to put something in there. I've already made up my first site. You can always change the blog title later. Admin user, just choose something besides admin because that's not a very secure admin user. Now you can't change your admin username. You have to make another admin account, which is actually not very hard. Choose something besides admin for your admin user. My first name, I'm just going to put Mike. And I'll just put my last name. And this is your blog author name, which you can also change later if you want to. And once you fill that out, we'll just click on Install WordPress. They're going to try to sell you something. I'm just going to close that out. And that was all in real time, so that was a very quick install of WordPress. I'm just going to click this arrow here to view credentials. And again, I like to copy all this stuff and paste it into another text file so I have it all handy. Here's your login URL, which is basically going to be your URL /wp-admin. Here's your username and here is your password. I'm just going to copy this password. Actually, I'm just going to click inside it like that a couple times and copy it. Then I'm going to click on this URL, which should open up in another screen. Here's our login screen. Now, if you do get what is called a 401 error page, don't worry about it. That just means you're going to have to wait a few minutes before you can log in. So just try back after a few minutes if you do get that 401 error. I'll paste in the password, go back and get my username, go back here, paste that in, and then click log in. And that's going to take you to your admin dashboard. And before we get started here, I'm just going to close this out right here by clicking on that X. And the first thing we are going to do is actually hover over here on the left and click on plugins. You'll see it over on the left. Click on that. We're just going to get rid of a few plugins that HostGator installs by default when you install WordPress using quick install. So we're just going to put a check in this box right here. That's going to select all the plugins. Actually, what we're going to do first is click deactivate and click apply. Now, of course, you don't have to do this. You can check out any of these plugins out if you want, but for the sake of this video, I'm just getting rid of them all. So I'm going to put a check in the box again, select bulk actions, delete, and click apply. All right, now we've got rid of all our plugins. Let's go back to the main dashboard screen.